Imagine a force that is everywhere at the same time. It flows through your veins right now. It floats in the air around you. It holds the memory of everything it ever touched. Religion calls this force God. Science calls it H2O. What if they are talking about the exact same thing? What if the ultimate intelligence of the universe is not a person in the sky? What if it is the most common, yet most mysterious element on Earth? What if God is water? Today, we are bridging the ultimate gap. We are connecting deep physics, ancient spirituality, and your own biology. And we will look at how the modern digital world is pulling us away from this pure reality. Big menu on the table. Get ready for a profound shift in perspective. Let's dive straight in. Think about the classic attributes we give to the divine. The first one is omnipresence, being everywhere at once. Water fits this perfectly. It is deep inside the solid crust of our Earth. It travels miles high above us as invisible vapor. It is in the cells of every plant, animal, and human being. There is no place on this planet where water is not present or needed. It binds the entire globe into one single living ecosystem. The second attribute is the power of creation. Every holy book says life began in the waters. Modern evolutionary biology says the exact same thing. Life emerged from the primordial ocean. Without water, the universe is just a cold, dead desert. Water is the literal cradle for any form of physical existence. It is the grand designer of nature. The third attribute is formlessness. The divine is often described as having no fixed image. It can take any shape. Now, let's look at water. It has no shape of its own, yet it perfectly adapts to any container it fills. It can be a solid rock of ice, it can be a flowing river, it can be an invisible gas in the room you are sitting in right now. It is the ultimate shapeshifter of the universe. And finally, consider the concept of absolute forgiveness. Water does not judge. It flows into the cleanest temple and the dirtiest gutter alike. It accepts everything. It dissolves toxins, absorbs waste, and carries it away. Then, through evaporation, it purifies itself naturally. It returns to the earth as pure, pristine rain. It resets itself continuously. It is a non-stop loop of unconditional acceptance and renewal. Now, let's look at the deep science of this element. Why is water so incredibly receptive? The secret lies in its molecular structure. A water molecule consists of one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. The oxygen side has a slight negative charge. The hydrogen side has a slight positive charge. This makes every single water molecule a tiny microscopic dipole magnet. And because it is a magnet, it is constantly looking for connection. It is chemical openness in its purest form. This is why water is called the universal solvent. Pure isolated water does not exist in nature for long. The moment a raindrop touches the air, it begins to absorb. What? it takes in gases, minerals, dust, and electrical charges. It literally memorizes its environment. Or, in other words, it becomes a mirror of the world it flows through. As a musician, I look at the world through frequencies. And this is where water becomes absolutely mind-blowing. Water is a master of resonance. It detects and transmits vibrations with extreme precision. Did you know that sound travels 4 times faster in water than in air? Water does not just sit there. It listens. It registers every sound wave, every magnetic field, and every temporary change. The molecules rearrange their networks called clusters based on these inputs. Then they form geometrical patterns in resonance to the frequencies around them. Now let us take this concept into your immediate surroundings. Think about the room you are in right now. You cannot see it, but the air is packed with water vapor. Earlier today, we calculated the numbers. In a standard room with normal humidity, you inhale about 100 to 130 grams of water every day. That is an entire half glass of water entering your body just through your breath. And now imagine putting a large electromagnetic coil in that room. A coil that emits a very low frequency, like a VLF wave. What happens to that invisible water in the air? Liquid water is heavy and packed tightly in dense clusters. But water vapor consists of 3 isolated molecules. They fly through the air as independent dipole magnets. And because they are free, they have 0 resistance. They are incredibly agile and highly sensitive. The moment your coil emits a coherent magnetic field, these molecules align. They track the field lines like tiny compass needles. You are literally structurizing the atmosphere of your room. You are giving the air a geometric harmonic order. When you breathe in this environment, a miracle happens. This structured water does not go to your stomach. It enters your lungs. And your lungs have a massive surface area packed with blood vessels. The highly organized gas form water passes directly into your bloodstream. Yes, it bypasses your digestive system completely. It delivers the exact frequency of your coil straight in your blood. And your blood is over 90% water. This is amazing, but it goes even deeper than your breath. Think about your physical body. You are not a solid, static object. You are a walking, talking column of water. I always say we are nearly a jellyfish of water with a skeleton in it. Your body is roughly 70% water. Your brain and your heart are over 80% water. You are essentially made of this divine element. So when you stand inside a low-frequency magnetic field, you do not even need to drink the water. VLF waves pass through walls, through concrete, and straight through your skin. Your skin barrier does not exist for these long magnetic waves. That means the field floods every single cell of your body simultaneously. It interacts directly with your cell water. Science calls this the structurized state inside our bodies, EZ water, Exclusion Zone water. It is a 4th phase of water that forms along our cell membranes. It acts like a microscopic, highly charged battery. It powers your cellular health, your energy levels, and your immune system. When you expose your body to a coherent, natural frequency, you charge this battery. You force the chaotic water molecules in your cells into harmony. They begin to vibrate in phase. This is exactly how nature works. How? Our planet is surrounded by a natural pulse called the Schumann resonance. It is a constant wave of nearly 7.83 Hertz. It can go up, it can go down. And this is interesting. It goes from 7.2 until 8.5 Hertz. And nature did not put this frequency into a glass for us to drink. Nature flooded the entire planet with this field. And our biology evolved to thrive inside this continuous bath of frequency. When you use a large coil, you are replicating this natural sanctuary. You are creating a continuous microenvironment of health. This is why I built this enormous big coil. I call it the time tunnel. You'll see it in my videos. Now look at our modern world. Look at the contrast. What are we doing today? We are drowning in a sea of artificial chaos. We are surrounded by chaotic, high-frequency radiation from routers and phones. Even worse, we are drowning in digital illusion. We spend hours staring at flat screens, scrolling through algorithms. We are consuming synthetic realities, artificial voices, and fake images. We are losing our connection to the living, breathing world. And this digital addiction does something terrible to our inner water. It creates stress. It triggers cortisol and adrenaline. It throws our internal liquid geometry into absolute chaos. What means we become biochemically and energetically fragmented. We are like a beautiful instrument that has been completely detuned by the noise of the world. This is why we desperately need a digital detox. We need to put down the phones. We need to disconnect from the artificial matrix. We must step outside and touch the real world. Go out in nature. Walk barefoot on the earth. Listen to the real acoustic sound of a river or the wind. Hug a real person. Look into real eyes. Real life is not a pixel on a screen. Real life is a fluid, resonant exchange of energy between living water and systems. When you hug someone, your water fields interact. When you speak to someone face to face, your frequencies align. This is where true empathy lives. Empathy is not an algorithmic formula. Empathy is the shared resonance of our internal oceans. And you know what? For thousands of years, religions have used water for these exact reasons. Think about holy water. Priests bless water by projecting a powerful intention and prayer into it. Because water is highly receptive, it stores that energetic information, and when it is sprinkled, it transmits that coherent blessing to the people. Think about the ritual of baptism. It is the ultimate spiritual reset. The person is submerged into water. It symbolizes the drowning of the old chaotic life. Then they emerge fresh, clean, and new. It is like erasing a corrupted hard drive and installing a pure divine program. And you find this in every major culture. In Islam, you cannot pray without the ritual washing called Wudu. You must clear the energetic dirt of the world with water first. In Hinduism, millions bathe in the Ganges River. They do it to wash away a lifetime of karmic blockages. In Judaism, the mikveh inversion brings back spiritual purity. All these traditions knew the secrets. They did not have oscilloscopes or magnetic coils, but they understood the soul of water. They knew it was the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. They knew it was the absolute amplifier of intent. So, let us bring it all together. If water is present everywhere, if it creates all life, if it holds all information and adapts to all things, then saying God is water is not a metaphor. It is reality. Wow. And you are made of this divine substance. Every drop of water inside you is listening to your thoughts. It is listening to your environment. It is reacting to the fields you expose it to. So, stop letting the digital noise corrupt your internal ocean. Cleanse your environment. Use conscious frequencies to bring order back to your cells. Disconnect from the machine and reconnect with the living, because you are a conscious creator. Your body is a temple of living water. So keep it pure. Keep it structured. And keep it connected to what's real. Thank you for watching. Ignite your mind. Connect your heart. And I see you in the next video.